video, I wanted to do something a little bit different, so I asked my followers if they needed advice. Here are some of the questions they came up with and my attempted answers. Why does personality matter? It doesn't really matter for like hookups because you don't have to go about continuously seeing that person usually, but it does matter for any other type of relationship. Your significant other should feel like a friend, and usually people aren't friends with individuals that they don't get along with. Relationships need to be more substantial than physical attraction if you want them to last. People get older and looks change. How to overcome the fear of failure. Honestly, I have a lot of functional anxiety, so it's weird. I'm not sure I'll be able to answer this question properly because of that. I panic and sweat and feel petrified of doing things sometimes, and I'm not sure what triggers it, but I've learned to push myself through it and swallow all the nerves because I need to be a functioning human being. But because of this, sometimes I struggle with knowing if a situation is justified to be anxious or not, and that's not good. So I suggest probably getting help for that, not being like me. But other situations, I weigh pros and cons and try to use logical thinking and say, what's the worst that could happen? And be reasonable with it. Don't let your anxiety jump in and be like, I could die. Even most of the cons you list, you should be able to justify to yourself most of the time. It also really depends on what you consider to be failure. I think it is very important to be kind to yourself and trust the process that is life. Don't go out of your way to make poor decisions, but don't be overly critical of yourself and manifest negativity by accident. And always have a backup plan. How to ask a girl on a date without being weird. Honestly, it kind of depends on your relationship with her in the first place. If it was some random girl you stumbled upon on social media, you slid into her DMs and she messages you back, I wouldn't be like, yo, let's hook up. I'd probably go with the approach of, hey, I want to get to know you and see where things go. If it's someone you know in person and you're kind of friendly, I would try to continue having interests in common with them. Try to start hanging out together alone a bit more. Be extra in tune with how they act towards you, but don't be too giddy and assume that they like you back. Not trying to be too harsh or anything, but I found that female attention is enough to get a guy to like her sometimes. So it's important to know if you actually like the person or if you're just romanticizing them or the idea of them in your head. And then if you're picking up the right vibes, just be honest and try and be confident, but not demanding or make them uncomfortable. What if we go on a date one of these days? And if they say yes, you should already have an idea ready. Don't fumble the bag there. Make sure it's something you know you both like and not just something basic. And if they reject you, please don't be weird about things because it is horrible to lose a friend because they can't handle rejection or make things super, super awkward afterwards. But best of luck, you've got this. What's something you would tell your 18-year-old self? So I can't really choose just one thing. I think most importantly would be more damn careful. And that things get a lot better. Advice I would give any other 18-year-old would be different though. I'd want to say that things get better, but everyone's timeline in life is different. I'd probably say something cheesy like, choose your schooling or career carefully. It truly is so important to choose something that you'll be happy with for the rest of your life and have backup plans and care about money, but like most importantly, care about your own happiness. I can say that has been one of the better decisions I've made in my life, surprisingly. How can I stop being single? I find confidence super hot. Don't be creepy with it, but don't be afraid to compliment people and ask people out. Someone's bound to say yes eventually. Don't take every rejection to heart, and if you find someone chill, ask them what turned them off of you. Not in a weird, needy way, but in an, all right, that's fine, mind helping me for the next girl sort of way, you know? Some people may not like to hear this, and it isn't always the case, but sometimes you need to lower your standards a little bit. Usually I preach about never lowering your standards for anyone, but I think when it comes to physical attributes, that is something you should just be a little bit less tense about. If you like someone, you should like them regardless. I know that can be a really, really tricky hill to get over, and when I say that, I don't mean date someone that you don't even want to look at, but things like weight and how their skin or their hair looks change over time. Height doesn't have to be the end of the world, you know? Find people who actually have similar interests as you and who you can effortlessly speak to. Respect is a huge thing in relationships too, and sometimes that means changing little things about yourself, because being in a relationship means making those smaller sacrifices just to show you care. There's so much to talk about in this specific topic because obviously it's not a simple one, but be okay being alone until the right person comes along. And just to finish everything off, someone asked me to do a motivational speech sort of thing. I really have no idea if this is gonna be good because I just make stuff up. But here we go. I'll put a fill in the blank version in the description if anyone wants to use this as like a mantra or something, I guess. Yeah. Changing your outlook on life and about yourself is going to be a huge step in everything you want to achieve. Focus on positivity and bring it into your life by putting that energy out into the world. Take joy in the little things in life. For me, that is as simple as watching a houseplant grow or seeing my cats do something stupid. It is very easy to fall into negative patterns, but once you actively try to make a difference, it will become easier and easier. You aren't always in control of your life or the things that go on around you, but you are in control of how you react. And that will be a game changer once you take control of it. I'm someone who deals with a lot of control issues, and it's a hard journey. It's okay to have slip-ups as long as you pick everything back up after and keep trying. Don't bottle your negative emotions away, but channel them into positive ones. You are worthy, you are enough. You can handle the things life throws at you, and you can do great things. Surround yourself with positivity, be your own biggest supporter. You got this. And that wraps up this video for me. Hopefully some of this was actually useful. I don't know. Check out my other platforms for totally unrelated content with the link in the description, and I'll see you next time. Bye!